Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about 124 scale crawlers, specifically the Axial SCX 124, tell you what upgrades to get and what you should expect out of the box. The 24 scale crawler I ended up getting was the Chevy C10 body one, and as you can see I've recently converted it over to a Gravedigger body. I know, Gravedigger's not a crawler, it's a monster truck. Whatever, I like it. That's all that matters. Now let's open it up and take a look at it and see what else I did to it. So one of the first things that I did when I got this was remove the bumpers. They stick out way too far and they're a pain in the ass. If you want to leave the rear one on, so you have the flipping motion of your lid, that's fine. The back one doesn't seem to be too bad. I did kind of Dremel down the back a little bit so it's lower. But definitely get rid of the front bumper if you have the Chevy C10. And I think it looks really bad on the Jeep too. I'll show you that later, but delete the bumpers, get those out of there. After you get at least your front bumper off, you're going to want to repurpose those lights in the front. So what you do is you just spread the, I think on the bumper there was the same thing as the body, you just spread the two little ear tabs. Let's see if I can get a video of it. There's these little tabs right there, and you're just going to spread those out and the lights will come out. The same thing when you put them back in here, spread the tab, pop the light in, and then go ahead and get yourself an extension lead so when you open the lid up, it won't, you won't have to deal with that unplugging every time. I did performance wise for this vehicle is I got rid of the motor that was in it. The motor had more top speed, but that's not what you want to go for with these. Obviously we needed some more power. It would bind up when I get the wheels jammed up, you know, fairly easily. It would get caught up, so we gave it some more power with the Barrage motor here. They're real cheap, they're like $7, and I came with this different plate that because the mounting holes are just the opposite of what the stock motor is. So you will either need to drill new holes in the plate that you have or get an aftermarket one that has the new holes drilled in it. And I did notice I had a lot of trouble meshing the pinion gear with the spur gear in this. It seemed to be really tight. Do some finessing. It's not going to be loose. It's going to be way tighter than what you're used to, but it seems to work fine. Next thing I did was I took the casing. What was the next thing I did? I removed the ESC from the front here and put it back where the battery was. And you can see I took the casing off of it just to get it a little bit lower, less weight. Kind of looks cool. I don't know. Do what you want to do there. But I moved the ESC towards the back, and then I put the battery right here. I cut the tray because I was trying to do something that didn't really work out, but I still got enough there to put the battery on it. And these batteries they're pretty good. You get a decent runtime, but I noticed me and my buddies each got one of these and all of our chargers died. None of them work. So that is one downfall about this RTR. I've also got these 1000 milliamp hour 2-cell LiPos, 35C discharge, and I run with that too. It's a big ass battery, but it's kind of nice having the weight up front for it. Let's see, what else did I do here? I took the springs out. It rolls over a lot. Like, when you wouldn't expect it to, it kind of just flips it over. And it might be not realistic not having the springs in there, but it stays planted 100% better. Everybody that runs one of these with me ended up taking their springs out too, and seems to work good. And we also relocated the shock towers. You know, whatever works for you, just play around with it. I'm just giving ideas here. It's part of the hobby, just to trial and error. Another thing, I bent up the bottom links here for a little more clearance, because when I do get newer shocks, I might leave the springs in, so it rides about right there. And I think that'll work nicely. I ended up dropping the big bucks on the Reefs 99 micro servo, and I'm really glad I got it. It's heavy, more weight up front, right on the axle, and I'm hoping it lasts forever. I've had it a few months now, and I got no complaints about it. And then I went with the Hot Racing links for the front, and those make a big difference. That other setup is so sloppy. I wouldn't. $10, you can fix that. I just noticed this video is pretty dark, so I want to make sure you guys get a good a view of what's actually going on here. I just got some Velcro strap going around there to hold the battery on. Pretty early on, I got rid of the stock tires, and I went with these Patagonia mud terrains, and I love these. These are great. They're real soft. The foams inside of them are really soft, and the tread just seems to grab the rock really nice. I put them on the RC four-wheel drive steel stamped rims, and they look pretty good. I don't like nothing too fancy on there. Again, the weight helps a lot, and those tires just like night and day between the stock ones. I would definitely get some kind of different tires, and I suggest these two. Patagonia mud terrain. I got the Hot Racing aluminum servo mount up underneath there, and for bending my links, all I did was take a lighter, heat it up for like a little bit, not too long. You can feel it when it gets a little mushy to it, and I just figured out where I wanted to bend them and just pushed it down. That's all. So yeah, I decided to put this got this Gravedigger truck from Walmart for like $15 and ripped the body off of it, and it just ended up working out pretty good on the crawler. Might be just a touch short, but for my purposes, that'll be fine. And all I did was take the green cage off of it, and where you have these posts here, glued some I drilled some holes and screwed these plates onto here, just some real cheap thin light metal, and then put magnets on them, as you can see. And on the top of these posts, right in the center, pretty much center, I glued these magnets, just hot glue. And those front ones, I just glued the magnets right on top of the post there. And then the back ones, I got those posts going forward, and then I got the magnet glued on top of those. I cut the little nub off that you put the pin through, so it was a flat surface, and it all ended up lining up pretty good. The magnets are pretty strong. One thing I should mention or talk about is the stock servo. It'll get you through, your first few weeks with it, your month, depending on how much you mess around with it. But it lacks a lot of power, and it will burn out eventually. I've noticed almost every single servo that I've tried to adjust the servo saver horn, as soon as you tighten up that screw a little bit, the servo starts to go haywire. And sometimes if you back the screw back out, it's better, but then your steering's sloppy. I just don't like them. I went right for the good one. I know there's some $20 ones out there that are all Metal Gear. The one I got, I'm trying to remember, it was the 827, whatever. I forget the brand name, but it was this one right here. And I also had issues with this one going haywire too, like right after I got it. And after reading some reviews, people will buy like 4 at a time, and a couple of them won't work. So I know there's a couple cheap Metal Gear servos to try. I wouldn't suggest this one. This one didn't work out for me at all. I feel like it's a gamble. But that one right there, that's a good one. I didn't mention also, you do have to spread the frame rail a little bit, depending on where your shocks are mounted up or whatever, because it will hit this the body post here. I actually had to take the Dremel and Dremel some of the plastic out of in there, but there's still plenty there. It's very sturdy, and yeah, it worked out. I guess I'll just show you guys. That's about it. I'll show you guys my buddy's crawlers. Here's another C10, and it's got the Mickey Thompson Baja crawlers on it, and these nice chrome rims. I think they're RC 4-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure. They look really nice. They're metal, and I'm used to the magnetic body. He's got like the same, pretty much the same setup going on. He's still got a stock servo. It's you know, they work. They'll get the job done. And yeah. And then I got my buddy's Rubicon, which he got these. I think they're just like some Injora maybe, or Chinese rims. They look really nice. They went together pretty good too, from what I can remember. Some of these cheaper rims are hard to put together. He went with the Patagonia tires. And yeah, nothing much on here for upgrades. Stock servo. It's got a weight up front. That's a good good little free hop up there. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all I have to say on these. They're a fun little indoor winter toy. And if you haven't seen it yet on my channel, check out my indoor crawler track. I'll give you a quick view of it. I have a video up of the Gravedigger running it, giving a little tour. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. Catch you later.